Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. I was just reviewing a book I've got. Interesting book. It's by a fellow by the name of Duncan McCollum. Well, Duncan is not well known in the firearms community these days, but he's a collector of Japanese rifles. And he's the father of a known mechanical engineer and profoundly skilled bartender by the name of Ian McCollum, who happens to be the world's expert on just about every gun you've thought of in the world. But he wrote this book on Japanese rifles in World War II. And it's very, very comprehensive as a guide to the subject. It's really, really good. I have other books on Japanese weapons, but this is probably, until Ian's book came out, this is probably the best source of any material on Japanese rifles you can find. Is that too low? I think that's too low. Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, I happen to have, well, I have several, but I was looking at this. This is a bog standard Model 99 Arisaka, or called Arisaka, Model 99 rifle. Technically, I don't think it's really called an Arisaka. I wanted to know what 99, where they got the number. So I asked on the Discord server for C and Arsenal because I tried looking it up on Google and they don't know. Well, I found out it's because of the year 2599, which dates from the year 660 BC, which was when the first Japanese emperor ruled. And a fellow by the name of Drake GmbH, who is an absolute wealth of knowledge, told me that. And then went into a long dissertation on Japanese dating systems, which are insane. They're based on several different things. But the Japanese calendar, in essence, is a lunar calendar. I know that. It's 12 months of 30 days, with an occasional 13th month thrown in to intercalate with the solar calendar, make everything all square. Anyway, this is a standard 99 with a couple of exceptions. The mum's been ground off. It's missing its bipod, or monopod really. It doesn't have a cleaning rod in it. But other than that, it's bog standard. It even has the weird little anti-aircraft sights on it, so that you can lead a plane as you're shooting at it. Weird idea, but an interesting idea. I like Japanese stuff. Well, I like a lot of things, but Japanese rifles are one of my passions. Well, Japanese weapons. To show something else on the subject, it's a Japanese Type 14 Nambo pistol. It's not really a Nambo. The Nambos were the commercial versions of this. This is the military version. It's not a very well-made gun. They always came shipped with extra firing pins because these ones tended to break. I do have 2 magazines for it, but I don't have a spare firing pin. And I have a very precious few Nambo rounds, so I shoot it sparingly. I also have a Wakizashi, or no, this is a katana, excuse me. I got a Wakizashi, but that's a katana. This is actually a cheap American-made, or I don't know, maybe Spanish-made or something, or even Chinese copy of an original. So, but it's good to show type, you know. I have an example of type. I have a katana, a Wakizashi, and a tanto. So I have the full set of weapons of a samurai. But anyway, it's just the Japanese did come up with an excellent rifle design. This thing here, I think Springfield Armory did some tests on it after the war, and they did some destructive tests in which they tried to blow them up. And they could blow up a model K98K Mauser or a 1903 Springfield, but they couldn't blow up a Model 99. This is the strongest action ever developed for a rifle, ever, I think. You know, at least a bolt action rifle. It's just one of the strongest ever developed. This is in 7.7 Arisaka. They started out with a 6.5 caliber, but in the the Russo-Japanese War, they discovered that the 6.5 just really wasn't up to snuff, and they had several different 7.7 cartridges for machine guns and anti-aircraft guns and aircraft guns. And they picked one and decided, okay, we're going to use this for infantry. And they made this. They used the old Model 38. I've got a 38 up on the wall there. I think mine's from a Chinese arsenal. This one is, what did I discover? It's from the, dang thing died again. I said, this is a Kakura arsenal. And it's a bog standard Kakura arsenal. And Duncan McCollum really goes into detail over the various where they were made and how they were made, and how many were made, and the variants on what was made. And let's see if I can find it again. Yeah, here's some tables on what was it? The Kojo and Juki and Kakura and Nagoya arsenals and the various variants of the rifle that they made. And you can tell the difference by seeing the different logo. The Kakura arsenal shows 3 stacked cannonballs. So does this Juki Kogoi arsenal, but it's also got these other funny marks. And the Tokyo Kagoyo arsenal has this other funny mark. Yeah, hard to discern, but this looks like a Kakura, so I'll go with that. Anyway, Japanese Arisaka rifles. It's a fascinating study, as this fellow discovered, and he really got into it. And his hobby in this is what really sparked Ian on his adventures to become the world expert on firearms. And that he is. I respect his scholarship immensely, and I have several of his books. The Japanese are an interesting people with an interesting past and just an eye to make interesting weapons, and holds my interest. Anyway, happy trails.